Welcome to today's video. In this episode, we dive deep into the glittering facade of British royalty to uncover the dark reality of Queen Elizabeth's reign and the controversial history of the Kohinoor diamond. A story of colonisation, looted treasures, and untold suffering hidden beneath the crown jewels of the United Kingdom. Stick around to uncover the truth they don't want you to know. The Kohinoor diamond, one of the most famous and valuable gemstones in the world, has a history shrouded in bloodshed, betrayal, and power struggles. Originally mined from the Golconda region in India, this extraordinary diamond is believed to have been unearthed over 5,000 years ago. Ancient texts and folklore often refer to this gem as a divine treasure, believed to carry immense power and a curse for those who possess it illegitimately. Its name, Kohinoor, translates to Mountain of Light in Persian. But for many, it's a symbol of the dark shadow of imperialism. The diamond changed hands several times throughout history, from Indian rulers to Persian conquerors, Afghan invaders, and finally the British monarchy. Let's rewind to the 18th century, when the Kohinoor first became a prominent part of South Asian history. It adorned the peacock throne of the Mughal emperor Shah Jahan, a throne that itself symbolized the vast wealth and power of the Mughal Empire. During this period, the diamond was not merely a gemstone, it represented sovereignty, divine right, and the pinnacle of human craftsmanship. However, this legacy took a dark turn in 1739 when the Persian ruler Nadir Shah invaded India and looted Delhi. Among the treasures he took was the Kohinoor. Legend has it that Nadir Shah declared, "If there is a diamond worthy of being called the Mountain of Light, it is this one." The Kohinoor's journey through Persia and Afghanistan was marked by violent conquests, betrayals, and tragic deaths, each adding layers to its mystique and infamy. Fast forward to the mid-19th century, the British East India Company, a trading company with its own private army, was establishing its dominance over India. One of the most infamous episodes in this saga occurred after the annexation of Punjab in 1849. The Kohinoor was officially gifted to Queen Victoria following the signing of the Treaty of Lahore. But was it really a gift? The diamond was taken from the 10-year-old Maharaja Duleep Singh, the last ruler of the Sikh Empire. Under immense pressure and duress, Duleep Singh was forced to relinquish the Kohinoor to the British crown. It is important to understand the circumstances. The once mighty Sikh Empire had been systematically dismantled by British forces, leaving its leaders powerless to resist. Duleep Singh's submission was not voluntary. It was a reflection of the coercive arrival in British colonial rule. The Kohinoor became part of the crown jewels and was displayed at the Great Exhibition of 1851 in London. This was no mere act of pride, it was a calculated move to showcase the spoils of empire to the British public. The diamond's original cut was criticised for lacking brilliance by European standards, so it was recut and polished, losing nearly half its original weight. This act symbolised how the British sought to reshape and refine the treasures they had looted, stripping them of their original identity. The recut Kohinoor was mounted into Queen Victoria's crown, solidifying its place as a symbol of British imperial dominance. But for the people of India and other former colonies, it became a glaring reminder of their stolen wealth and heritage. Now let's turn our attention to Queen Elizabeth II. While her reign is often celebrated for its longevity and modernising influence, it's impossible to separate her legacy from the enduring shadows of the British Empire. During her coronation in 1953, the Kohinoor was prominently featured in her mother's crown. This was a moment of celebration for Britain, but for many in the Commonwealth, it was a painful reminder of colonial exploitation. Queen Elizabeth's reign coincided with the decolonisation of Africa, Asia, and the Caribbean. Over 20 nations gained independence during her time as monarch. Yet, the wealth extracted from these colonies, including treasures like the Kohinoor, remained in British hands. Critics argue that the Queen's silence on the issue of reparations and the return of stolen artefacts speaks volumes about the monarchy's reluctance to confront its colonial past. While Queen Elizabeth maintained a neutral stance in political matters, her position as the head of the Commonwealth placed her at the centre of debates about historical accountability. The Commonwealth, initially formed as a way to maintain Britain's influence over its former colonies, has often been criticised for being a symbolic gesture rather than a meaningful platform for justice and reconciliation. The Kohinoor's ownership is a matter of heated debate. India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, and even Iran have laid claim to the diamond, each citing historical evidence to support their case. For India, the Kohinoor is not just a gemstone but a symbol of cultural heritage and national pride. It represents centuries of art, skill, and devotion by Indian artisans. In recent years, campaigns for the diamond's return have gained traction. The Indian government has repeatedly called for its repatriation, arguing that the diamond was taken under dubious circumstances. These calls have been echoed by historians, activists, and even some members of the British public. However, British authorities have consistently dismissed these demands, asserting that the Kohinoor was legally acquired under the terms of the Treaty of Lahore. This controversy raises broader questions about the ethics of retaining artefacts acquired during colonial rule. Should such treasures remain in the museums and palaces of former colonizers, or should they be returned to their countries of origin? The Kohinoor is just one of many looted artefacts that continue to spark debate worldwide. Beyond the Kohinoor, the British Empire's exploitation of India left a lasting legacy of poverty, famine, and cultural erasure. Under British rule, India's economy was systematically drained. Wealth and resources were extracted to fuel Britain's industrial revolution, while millions of Indians suffered from famine and economic hardship. One of the most harrowing examples of this exploitation was the Bengal famine of 1943, during which millions of Indians starved to death while British authorities prioritised exports of food and resources. The Kohinoor, though dazzling, is a potent symbol of this broader pattern of exploitation. It's a reminder that the British Empire's wealth was built on the suffering of others. During Queen Elizabeth's reign, many former colonies gained independence, but the scars of colonisation remain. Generations continue to grapple with the economic disparities and cultural losses caused by imperialism. As the debate over the Kohinoor continues, it's clear that this issue is about more than a diamond. It's about acknowledging historical wrongs and taking steps toward reconciliation. Returning the Kohinoor to its rightful owners would be a powerful gesture of goodwill and an important step in addressing the injustices of the past. But such an act would also set a precedent that the British monarchy and government seem unwilling to confront. What would happen to the countless other artefacts looted during the colonial era? The Kohinoor is just one piece of a much larger puzzle. True reconciliation requires more than symbolic gestures. It demands honest conversations about history, reparations, and the dismantling of systems that perpetuate inequality. While the Kohinoor remains locked away in the Tower of London, the conversation around it continues to grow louder. As we conclude today's video, the story of the Kohinoor and its dark history serves as a reminder of the enduring legacy of imperialism. The diamond, though dazzling, carries with it the weight of centuries of exploitation and injustice. While it may rest in the Tower of London, its rightful place remains a matter of debate. What are your thoughts on the Kohinoor and its contested history? Should it be returned to India or another claimant, or does it belong where it is now? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into history's untold stories. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.